Okay, so like I said, if you have something to use as a weight today, great. I have 1 pound and two, so a 1 or 2 pound hand weight, two of them would be great. Or a water bottle or a can of soup or whatever you have. We're also going to use a strap. And if you have 2 blocks handy, that would be great too. Okay, so we are going to start laying down on your back. Hopefully your space is warm and cozy as we brace ourselves for a big snowstorm. Well, maybe not that big, but a snowstorm, which is always fun and exciting. I love snow. So let's just take a few moments here to settle down and settle into your practice. Check in, notice any thoughts that you're having. Notice your feelings. And notice how your body is feeling today. And I liked how Lori said at the beginning of the class that she was just happy to be here and be able to be here. And I love that we are all physically capable and able to be here right now. And that is a gift. And I was journaling this morning, and I used to have back pain every day for probably 20 years. And so now that I've had some surgeries and I'm over that, and I've experienced what it feels like to have no back pain, I actually write that down every morning, that I have no back pain, just so that I don't forget what it feels like to be grateful for the feeling of no pain. Because sometimes when we feel achy or we feel pain, we obviously feel that. But to feel the absence of pain is pretty awesome. So just notice right now what parts of the body are feeling good. And then feel the back of your body grounded down into the mat. And just allow your breath to flow with ease. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. And then from here, we'll gently hug the knees into the chest. We'll rock left to right. We'll lift the feet up. Oh, I just realized I still have my fuzzy socks on. Okay, I don't want to take them off yet. Okay, so feet are reaching up towards the ceiling, pointing and flexing the feet, making some circles with the ankles. We'll take the arms up and back. And just reach back, opening up the shoulders, feeling what you feel in your upper back. Allow your breath to fill up the body. And then exhale to empty. And then moving the body with the breath. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Inhale, arms reach up and back, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. One more time. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees in. We're going to reach for the strap here. Hopefully your strap is in a loop. Placing the right foot into the strap. Let the loop go over your head. Arms through. Taking your hood out if you have a hoodie. Okay, and just pausing here. Left leg goes straight. Get into that left hip flexor. Right leg is as straight as can be comfortable. Arms out to the sides. Relax the shoulders, the neck, and the face. And just settle in here for a few breaths. Feel the part of the body that's touching the ground. Feel that connection there. Maybe your skin of your hand on the floor. Your back feeling heavy into the ground, the back of the head. And then as you breathe, you can feel the rise and fall of the chest and belly and the expansion of the rib cage. We're lengthening the back of the leg to release tension through the hips and back. Eyes are closed. And just really paying attention to what thoughts come up. Trying to quiet the chatter and letting go. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to let that right foot reach over to the left, noticing the IT band, noticing any tightness here, and then pause and breathe through. So a little bit of discomfort here as you tap into some tightness and tension. Allow your breath to flow with ease so that you can find softness and the letting go. Keeping the upper body relaxed. Hips anchored down. Notice the difference in how you feel a few breaths into the pose as opposed to how you felt with that first breath coming in. Is there a difference? Just by processing your feelings through your breath, physical feelings. We'll take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to bring that right leg back to center. Hold on to the outside, the right side of your strap, and then start to pull that strap down as you bend your right knee. Depending on how tight you are in the hip, maybe the knee is coming more over the chest. Maybe you can bring your knee out to the side and let your knee come down more towards the outside of the torso. The foot is flexed. And just pause here and breathe. Feel open through the right inner thigh, the left inner thigh, and your left hip flexor. Maybe you feel your right toes wanting to move back a little bit to get a little deeper as your foot is flexed. Breathe with ease. Try to lengthen your inhale and deepen your exhale. Make it last a little bit longer, that exhale. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're just going to let the right foot come out. Right foot come down to the floor with a bent knee. Left foot is going to come into the strap. So left foot comes in, and then gently let that right leg go straight, nice and slow, because the blood is coming back into the right hip when it was in that tight restricted pose. Now it's open. Pause here, open chest. Open around the heart. Nice, open, clear mind. And just pause here and breathe. When you breathe in, see if you can drag the breath from the nose over the back of the throat. Sounds a little bit like Darth Vader. And the same when you exhale, a tiny constriction in the back of the throat, out of the mouth. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Let your left foot reach over to the right. Notice how that feels right at the beginning of the pose. Notice where you feel tightness, and then as you breathe, notice if you can soften just by breathing. So learning to use your breath to process feelings, process urges, process physical feelings in the body is a really powerful tool to have. So just using your breath here to find softness in this physical pose. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, bring the left leg back up, left hand onto the left side of the strap and draw it down as you bend your left knee. So if you'll notice, your foot might want to reach forward. See if you can keep your foot up so the bottom of your foot is parallel to the floor. Maybe you won't bend as deep, but that's okay. You want to let the left side of your foot, the left side of your knee come down to the left side of your body. So you can hold on to the strap and get deep into the hip. Feeling open all along the right hip flexor. And just pause here. Staying soft around the neck and shoulders. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Let's release the left foot down to the floor with a bent knee. You'll bend your right knee. Both feet are on the floor. You're going to go mat width apart. Gently windshield wiper left to right with the legs. But notice when you go to one side, take that inner knee and really reach it away. And let your low back lift off the floor. Really like your chest is just opening up. So you're lengthening the spine. Opening the low back, letting there be a release in the hip flexors, the hips, the tops of the thighs. Good, we'll take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's hug the knees into the chest. We'll rock left to right a little bit, and then we're going to make our way up to seated. So come on up to sit. And then once you're seated, if you have a folded blanket, I am going to recommend that you place that underneath your seat. If you don't, that's okay. But you want it to be like your butt is kind of half on, half off. Like you want to have your butt kind of falling off so that your tailbone is down and your pelvis is kind of round, tilted forward. It just gets us nice and tall in the spine. So if you're sitting cross-legged, we're going to keep the right leg crossed like it is. We're going to take the left foot out and just put the left foot in front of your right ankle. And just kind of hug it in a little bit. So you're going to take your left thigh and press your belly into it so you're really nice and tall through the back. And then you'll take your right hand and just reach it towards the outside of your left knee. Take your left hand behind you, tented fingertips. You can even press your upper arm into your back. And this is a gentle twist to the left. So just as deep as feels comfortable for you. You don't want to collapse. You don't want to have this forced, just a gentle twist. Feel this coming from the belly, so drawing the belly in. Turning the rib cage. Opening up the chest and shoulders. Getting a little bit taller, so feel the crown of the head reaching up. Take a deep breath in, and then just slowly come out, and then we're just going to take a counter twist to the other side. So the right hand comes behind you, the left hand can come outside, the right leg, and then just counter twist to the other side. So still sitting up nice and tall. This doesn't have to be deep. You can keep your low back really stable and just feel this more in the chest, the core, the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and then we're going to come back to center. You're going to take your left leg and let it reach straight out along the floor. You might need to adjust your right foot so it's right against your left inner thigh. So let that extended leg have a flexed foot. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. You can either reach straight for your foot, ankle, or calf and just come into a nice back stretch. Keep the chest open. You're reaching forward. If you want to take a little bit of a twist here, you can just lift up a little bit with the chest, turn your chest a little bit to the left, take your right hand, press against the outside of that straight leg, and then just turn a little bit as you come down. So this gets you a little bit deeper into the low back and underneath your right shoulder blade. So maybe your right hand is against your pinky side of your foot or your ankle, but you want to feel a deep opening underneath that shoulder blade and your low back along the right side. Turning your head, right ear coming down. Pause here and breathe. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And then slowly make your way up. And then we're just going to switch. The left foot is coming in as if you're sitting cross-legged. Right foot on the floor, right in front of your ankle. Sit up nice and tall, so hug the thigh into the belly. And then just a gentle turning, so your left hand holds on to the outside of your right knee. Right hand comes behind you, tented, press your chest forward, and then turn. So a gentle turn. Thinking more about lengthening. Feeling anchored down through the hips, through your sits bones, and then turning light in the top of the head, reaching upward. Good. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, just a counter twist to the other side. You can take your right hand against the outside of your left leg. Stay nice and tall. Left hand tented behind you. And just pausing and breathing. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to let that right leg go straight out. You might need to adjust your left foot so again it's against your inner thigh. You can either reach straight up and reach for that foot, ankle, or calf, wherever you want to reach, or lengthen through the spine and turn to the right. So you can take your left hand as leverage to turn your torso a little bit and then reach forward. So you're reaching with your left ear down towards your right knee. Maybe bend your left elbow a little bit. Feel what you feel all along the left side of the back, especially underneath that shoulder blade. This should feel really good. Hopefully it does. Noticing your tightness, noticing where you might be holding on to a little tension, and then just use a few breaths to soften and let go. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Let's make our way up, and then we're going to come on to hands and knees and have your weights, what you're using for weights. If you're not using weights, don't worry. If you are, place them at the front of your mat, one on each side, just so they're available to you. And we're going to start off in a child's pose. All right, time to lose the socks. Okay, so we're starting in a child's pose. Knees start parallel. We're going to let the arms reach way out in front. Forearms and elbows can be down, head can be down. Let your big toes touch and just pause here. Check in. Feel grounded down through your forehead, releasing your upper back and your neck. Feeling the shins and the tops of your feet pressing down into the ground. Feel your hands on your mat, your forearms and your elbows on the mat. Notice when you inhale if you can feel your back open. Okay, slowly come up. Move your forearms forward. So you're on your forearms here. So one part about feeling grounded and anchored is feeling strong. So we need to find our strength, and often we don't find our strength until we need it. So we're going to find it here. Your forearms are down, they're parallel, hands are relaxed. You can modify by keeping your knees down behind you. So we're going to do a minute and a half here. So I'll start talking in a moment. Let's just bring the feet back. Find your pose. Alexa, please set a minute and a half timer.
1 minute and 30 seconds, starting now.
Okay.
By the way, if you want to change your timer, try asking me. Change timer to 5 minutes.
Okay, we don't want to change our timer to 5 minutes. Okay, if you need to drop your knees at any time, drop them down. But we're digging deep here. We're finding our strength. Your core is drawing in and up. If this hurts your back at all, just lift your hips a little higher, or drop your knees and the tops of your feet. Press the tops of your feet down. So stay focused here. Feel your arms pressing down, feet grounded down, stable in your base. Look how strong you are. Belly is in and up, nice and strong. Neck is relaxed. And you're going to process through this pose by just breathing. So in through the nose and out of the mouth. If your shoulders feel like they're taking a lot of the weight, lift your chest through your heart. So really breathe in and lift. She better not have set this timer for 5 minutes. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alexa, stop timer. Thank you. Okay. That was good. That was fast. 1.5 minutes. We're building up to 3 minutes. That's our challenge. Okay, head down. You can relax your arms by your feet. If you're not able to stay in a forearm plank for 1.5 minutes, it doesn't matter. But set your own goal. Like maybe you want to stay up for like 3 breaths or 5 breaths. Just suppose that you can come into, that you can feel your strength. Okay, we're going to come up onto hands and knees. Knees are parallel, hip width apart. Wrists are underneath your shoulders. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin. Exhale, tuck and round. Really round the back. Push the floor down with your palms. Inhale. Light, airy, open. And then exhale, strong. Pull the belly in, pull your back up. One more time, nice and smooth on the inhale. And a little bit stronger on the exhale. Okay, we're gonna take your left foot back. Toes are on the floor. Belly is in. Right hand is gonna take the weight if you have it. If not, you're all just gonna reach the right hand forward. If you have a weight like a dumbbell, the number is facing the ceiling. We're gonna lift the left leg. Pause here and breathe. This weight is optional, but feel the strength in your shoulder, in your core. Feel a little bit more anchored down on the right knee and the left palm. And allow your breath to flow with ease. Pull that belly in. You're strong. Full breath in. And then as you exhale, gently place the weight down. Right hand down. Left toes down. Pivot your right foot to the right. Roll to the arch of your left foot. Take the weight in your left hand. Reach your hand up towards the ceiling. Keep your wrist over your shoulder. Don't let your wrist sag back. Knuckles up towards the ceiling. And then play around here. Maybe you want to lift your left leg. You don't have to. Maybe you want to cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. You don't have to. Pause here. Feel your left wrist over your left shoulder. The strength in your right shoulder. Your belly drawing in and up. Feeling stable, anchored, and grounded. Take a full breath in and then gently take that left hand down. Drop the weight. Both knees come down. Let's bring them together. Feet come together. Hands come by your ankles. Drop your head. Roll left to right. Relax your shoulders. Just take a few really nice deep breaths here. Okay, we're going to come back up onto hands and knees. Knees separate so that they're hip width apart. Let's just take those 3 breaths that are helping us stay grounded and opening up the spine. So inhale, open the front of the body. Exhale, open the back. Inhale, exhale. So really push down with the hands, the feet, the knees. And then press up with the back. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Coming back to neutral, your right foot is going to step back, toes are down on the floor, left hand is going to reach forward with or without a weight, your choice. And then lifting the right leg if you can. Draw your belly in and up. Really pull that belly in a lot, even in your sides. Feel the power in this pose. Feel the difference if you are holding onto a weight. With that little weight in your left hand, notice what that does to the whole pose. Do you feel stronger on the right side as well? Stronger through the core and the back? Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, left hand comes down, drop the weight. Right toes go straight back behind you. Pivot your left foot off of the mat. Roll to the arch of your right foot. Right hand can take the weight up towards the ceiling. As if you're punching a hole through the ceiling. But keep that right arm right over your shoulder. Feel free to lift the right leg if you'd like. Belly is in strong. If side plank is available to you, you're always welcome to take that left ankle over the right leg, right ankle, and lift the hips. You don't have to do this. So notice that weight in the right hand if you're using it. Anchoring all the way through the arm, through the shoulders, down into that left hand. But then lift your hips. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly and gently come out of the pose. We'll take that child's pose with the knees together so that you can relax your hands by your feet and drop your forehead. Gently rock left to right. And let's just take a few quiet moments here to just breathe. Okay, let's slowly come up onto hands and knees. If you would like to use blocks at this point, you can. We're going to put our hands on blocks as you place your right foot forward and your left knee back. So your feet are hip width apart. The left hip is heavy, so let that left hip draw down and just pause here. Shoulders are pulled back. Your right hip is drawing in and down. You can take the weight in your right hand, twist your torso to the right, and lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. So just pausing here. Feeling what you feel in the legs. Opening up the space between your shoulders and your ears. We're going to take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's slowly bring that right hand down. Now we're going to curl your left toes under and lift your left knee. So find your stable base here. Feel your inner thighs coming towards each other, strong legs. You can stay here with your hands down. If you would like to take the weights in your hands, you can let your hands just hang down. Or you can lift the hands behind you, straight arms, palms up. So if you want to be in a pose here in the lunge where you're not using your hands for support, then you can add them behind you. Pausing to breathe. Your hands can be down on the blocks if you want to. Super strong in that right hip and right knee. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly take the hands down, drop your left knee, take your right foot straight back, knee down, left foot forward. So you're scooting your right knee back, letting the hip hang heavy. Just pause here. Anchoring down through the hips. Option, weight in the left hand. Turn your belly, chest, and torso to the left and reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. So just feel strong here. Deep in the hips. Left hip drawing in towards your right hip. Lengthening through your spine. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly as you exhale, left hand comes down. Both hands come down. Curl your right toes under. Lift your right knee. Strong legs. You can stay here, or you can take your hands off the blocks, holding on to weights. You can let your hands hang down, or turn your palms towards the ceiling and reach your hands back behind you. Pull your belly in, low in your left thigh. Strong here. If this is not available to you, your hands can be down. Your right knee can be down. We're still building strength in the joints, in the bones. And you're processing this pose simply by breathing. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, both hands come down. Let's step the right knee down. Left knee goes back. Knees are going to go wide. Big toes touch. Sink your hips back. Let your arms reach way out in front. Drop the head. Child's pose. Let your torso be in between the legs. Let your hips just open. Allow your breath to be deep and slow. Okay, building on a little bit here, coming up onto hands and knees. Knees go parallel. Using the blocks if you'd like. We're going to step your right foot forward. Curl your left toes under. Lift your left knee. You might need to scoot your left foot forward a little bit so that you can get two straight legs. So all 10 toes are pointed forward. Your back heel can be down or lifted. Feet are hip width apart. If you need to have a bend in your right knee, you can. Otherwise, two straight legs. Shoulders are relaxed down. Adding on if you'd like. Left hand stays where it is. Right hand holds on to the weight. Draw your right hip in towards your left hip. As you turn your belly, chest and torso to the right. And all you're going to do is it's as if you are picking a weed. You're going to take your right hand, pull it into your chest, and curl your left shoulder back. I'm sorry, your right elbow and shoulder back. Your hand is right by your chest. Pause here and breathe. Turning, breathing. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, drop that right hand down. Left knee comes down. Switch legs. Right foot back, left foot forward. 2 straight legs. Left knee, if it needs to be bent, it can be. Pausing here with your strong pyramid base. You're going to take your left hand, hold on to the weight if you'd like, and then it's as if you're pulling straight up. Let your left hand come at your chest, left shoulder and elbow back. Turn your belly, chest, and torso to the left. And then just pause here. So really feel that left shoulder pulling back, and then just using the weight of your left hand as an anchor here. Hips are strong, modifying in any way that you need. Left knee can be bent, both hands can be down. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let's take that left hand down, and then here you're going to step your right foot next to your left foot. Place both of the blocks in front of you. You might need to step your feet back a little bit because you want to have your hands on the blocks and your feet far enough back so that you have the whole length of your torso. So my wrists are under my shoulders, my ankles are underneath my hips. Relax the head, lengthening your spine. Okay, so we're going to add on here. We're going to add a couple different elements. Please do not feel like you have to do everything. This is just, trying to challenge ourselves a little bit. So, hands are on the blocks. Soften your right knee, lift your left foot, and send it back behind you. So you're standing on your right foot, your left foot is behind you. You can stay right here, or take your weight in your right hand. Turn your belly, chest, and torso to the right, and lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. Super challenging pose. We're practicing. So if you have to drop your left foot, you drop your left foot. If you don't want to use the weight, you don't have to. We're playing around here. See what happens. See if you can catch a breath in this pose. Try to keep your inner thighs drawing towards each other. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, come out. Right hand down, left foot down. Soft knees, lean back towards your heels. Hold on to opposite elbows and hang. Relax your neck. Sway left to right. Okay, coming to the other side. Feet are strong. Hands are on the blocks. At least a foot in front of you. The whole length of your torso. Left foot, that's your anchor. Ground it down, soften the knee. Your right foot is going to reach back behind you. Flexed foot, push as if you're trying to step on the wall behind you. So anchor down through your left hand and your left foot and your right hand. If you want to play around with lifting your left hand, you can. Maybe you put the weight in your left hand and you stay right here. Maybe you turn your belly, chest, and torso to the left as you reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Just play around. You don't have to take yourself too seriously here. We're not getting our picture taken or anything. So your right foot is reaching back strong. Strong left wrist. Deep breaths. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Let's let that left hand come down. Right foot come down. Lean back towards your heels. Hold on to opposite elbows. Hang. Let the head hang. Shake out the neck. And then we're going to take the hands down. Step one foot back. Drop the knee. Other foot back. Drop the knee. We're going to take one block. Put it behind you so it's reachable. And take your weights and put them back at that side of the mat, the opposite side of the mat. And move your other block out of the way and make your way onto your back. So when you come onto your back, you have a block handy and you have two weights handy. Knees are bent. We're going to take the weights into your hands and you're going to place your hands right on your hips. So right where your bones are, your hip bones, maybe between your hip bone and your thigh, kind of in that crease right there. Feet are going to come towards your body. You're going to tilt your pelvis forward, so you're lifting your pelvis, you're pressing your low back down, and then gently lift your hips. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We're going to do 3 more just like that. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. This is really slow and controlled. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to move the weights to the side. You're going to take your block, if you have one. If not, you can use a folded blanket or a towel. You're going to inhale, lift your hips. Place the block underneath your back, kind of at your pant line, or a little bit lower. Pause here. Allow your hips to be higher than the chest, so that your chest is coming towards your chin. Heart is higher than the head. Just pause here and breathe. Relax your back. Gently and slowly, you're going to lift one foot towards the ceiling and then the other. Use your hands on the block if you need to adjust yourself. If you don't want to use the block, you don't have to. You can be down on your back and just have your feet up. We're going to take the hands up towards the ceiling. You can take the weights if you want. Soft elbows. Notice that my wrists are not flopping back They're just neutral. Notice what the weight in your hands does to your shoulders and your shoulder blades. Do you feel more grounded down there? Grounding in the back. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let your feet come down, let your arms come slowly down, nice and slow. Feel the strength in your arms. Place them down by your sides. Lift your hips. We're going to move the block to the side. Hug your knees into your chest. Knees are going to go wide. You're going to come into either a happy baby, so you can modify holding on to the backs of the knees, ankles, or feet, or you can take the weights in your hands and hold on to your feet with the weights in your hands. So I'm holding on to the weights with my thumbs. You can rock left to right. Feel the depth in this hip opener. Feel grounded down in your back, like your back is making an imprint in the sand. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. We're slowly going to bring the feet together. Take your hands by your sides, feet come down. If you have a folded blanket, you're going to place it on your hips. So kind of right across your hips. You can either keep your knees bent or let your legs go straight. If you would like to, and it's not too much, you can place the weights on top of the blanket. So if knees need to be bent, they can be. Make sure you feel okay in your low back, but you're just grounding down through your hips. Arms out to the sides, palms up. Shavasana. Another option for this, if this doesn't feel okay on your back, is you can move the blanket up to your chest and place the weights on your chest, like maybe at the center, and be there. So just grounding down either at the pelvis, at your hips, or at your chest. Eyes are closed. And just feel what you feel here. Feel the back of the body. Feel the front of the body. See if you can keep the thoughts in your mind a little quiet. And just let your breath flow with ease. these last few moments of your practice to think about how you can take what you practiced today on your mat with you off the mat. So knowing how to use your breath to process your feelings, and knowing how to tune in to your body so that you can feel anchored, grounded, and centered. So slowly begin to deepen your breathing. Gently move any props to the side. Slowly and gently take your time to transition your body out of Shavasana into a comfortable seat. So we'll all meet together seated. Take your time. And once you're seated, let the eyes be closed. Feel the weight of the hips and legs. Feel the length in your spine. Try to feel relaxed in your shoulders. And nice and open around your heart and your mind. Let's take the right hand over your heart, the left hand over your right hand, remembering that we are all connected. Not only are we here on this planet with each other, more importantly, we are here for each other. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste.